Oh, hey, Remi.
Hello.
Should we go upstairs or something? I want to be in the
Sure.
corridor.
It's gonna be an interesting one.
Okay.
It's about a scene that happened 24 to 48 up.
A long time ago.
It's only 24.
Yes, I have tried
Sorry, I've
Bando.
been pulling like 14-hour shifts the past couple of days.
It's not small.
Yesterday, like 4 or 5 hours was spent just in doing like VR for a scene and figuring shit out.
Okay.
Mhm.
Alright, let's go in here.
I guess the first part to start is I'll get you to have a look at incident 13544. We had a
Oops.
shootout. PD wasn't involved, sorry. There was a shootout that we responded to and helped clean up with. There
What am I
was
doing?
3 downed guards from a private security firm that was shot down by multiple individuals. I've gone through and correlated each casing to each weapon. And you'll want to be sitting when you notice the one that stands out from the rest in that list. And it is really not good
Sniper?
that one of those are in the criminal's hands. Yes. The classing of it matches the exact same as your guys's. It is a heavy sniper that is out and about. And it was discharged a whole of 7 times on that scene. I went through and have checked all of the spots.
Does it match any casings that we've seen before?
Not to my knowledge. I need to double check though.
That's no good. Do we have any idea who was in possession of that?
The criminal's shooting at the guards based on positioning.
Well, this wasn't the guards they had, it was the criminals.
Yes. I could have this wrong, but from a few looking at the locations of where the sniper was shot from, it was shooting at least on the second half of the place scene. It was shooting directly towards where we found 2 of the guards heavily injured.
Okay. Right, what is the scene? What are we looking at?
So we interrogated. I interrogated Frank Kirk, and the Anita Maxim was held by a different officer. I don't believe she was interrogated. She was part of a scene up at Zancudo before, previously, when I looked at her history. And then we had another individual called Blake Cole. These 3 were the guards for the security company. They had armored ballers and a truck. Blake wouldn't have his interrogation on the record because of the information he gave, but the reason we wanted to Marshal Peters does know about this, but I'm not too familiar on this topic. I was told you are. The private security company told us the people that they believe are sending people to intercept their shipments are the Faceless.
Interesting. So you said that this private security, what exactly were they guarding?
They said to us they did not know what was within the truck. They said they either transport for multi-million-dollar companies or government organizations. They were headed from today. They started up in Polito, and then they were headed down to the Buccaneer Way docks, where they were met with an ambush. And their truck was broken into and cleaned out.
But they didn't know what was in it?
Nope. They are stating none of them knew what was within that vehicle.
What's this? What's their film? Did we get a name?
We did not. I personally do not have it because I forgot to write it down, but Marshal Peters, Captain Radich, and Jacqueline Fox all have the phone number for Blake Cole because he is looking to speak further and with PD and Marshals. So we have a phone
Interesting.
number to contact them.
Okay. Um, Suspects on the scene. So who did we get? We got Flippy. What? So they were charged already? Yeah.
No, so Flippy's was a hot gun that was found earlier today. That's a whole nother thing. Give me time on that. People haven't uploaded photos. I can't figure out what gun was his to try and figure out anything. I was asleep when that happened, and I woke up and found, oh, there's a criminal use on this now. But Blake Cole, Anita, and Frank were all let go at this time due to the information and the cooperation they were willing to present.
And they were all on the private security side.
Yes.
Oh, okay. But now Flippy has been charged with criminal use.
Mm-hmm.
That's not great.
Yep.
Okay. Did we have any? I'm assuming there was no. Oh no, we did have DNA on scene, but we don't know whose it came from.
Uh, TLDR with that, we may have some of them on file. There's an IT issue at the moment with DNA.
Kind of IT issue.
I don't know fully how to explain it, but there is an announcement on it on the PD side, and Opal and all that have already reached out to IT because it is becoming a big issue.
Like, as in the DNA's changing, or it's just not on record that
The DNA is changing.
you're shitting me.
I wish I was. I genuinely wish I was. It has been found till about October 2024. People's DNA are coming back on one strand, and then another strand will start popping up after that. So something's happened, and it's yeah, it's been reached out to IT about because it's
Oh
really
my
not good.
God. Okay.
So we may
Okay.
have some more of those DNAs on file. It's just it may be affected by that.
All right. What exactly did this? You said it was Blake that was talking.
Yes.
What did he say about the Faceless?
He said I remember that one of them was marked with a calling card or something like that. I'm also so there's notes written in report 20559. At the moment, it is a private report, but it's being shared to everyone involved. Radich said to keep it as a private report for the moment because it was myself and Jacqueline, which she's a PPO, I'm only a deputy, and I haven't had a chance to pass it on to any of the investigators in PD yet because I haven't caught any of them. But we plan on passing it their way when we can.
Okay. Yeah. Can you share that with me?
It should be shared to you.
I should already. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Ignore the very long title. We were having a meltdown because Jacqueline and I somehow ended up as the only ones that were doing anything for this, and we were both struggling a little bit.
It says the cards found in the suspect's pockets. Where's that? Is there photos of possessions anywhere?
I was going to chase that up. Either Radich or Jacqueline has it. It was a very long process, and then everyone went to bed very tired because this was for Jacqueline and Radich, this is right at the end of their shift that this happened, and for myself, it was towards the start. So I was going to chase that up when I
Okay.
caught them. I just forgot to mention it today.
Hold on. So their shipment was in a baller. Is that right?
No, there was a semi.
Oh, I
Sorry, it
see
was
it
a
now.
like a
Yeah,
long
yeah.
box truck.
The
Yes,
black one, yeah.
which that had been tampered and broken into.
Okay.
But yes, they also had 2 armored ballers.
Did they say how they knew it was the Faceless?
I am trying to recall. Blake Cole said this is about their 10th shipment that had been intercepted in the past year. And I'm assuming they're believing it has something to do with the Faceless for the fact one of them had the marked cards. As well as when we released Mr. Kirk, because he got released while Mr. Cole was still in interrogation because he had asked to speak to a marshal, so Peters was on his way over. As Mr. Kirk was let out, he said if we could find any way to take down the Faceless to go for it.
Interesting. Okay.
So these guys seem to know of them very well.
This is Blake Cole, right?
Yes. The conversation I had with Frank Kirk, he agreed to have it recorded. My bad was I did not Mirandize him at the start of the conversation. He did willingly accept it though and was under Miranda. Before that, I just forgot to redo it at the start, but we've at least got the conversation with him. It was more of a civil conversation than a proper interrogation.
But he was Mirandized before that, right?
Yes, I had Mirandized him and he
Okay.
had agreed to the recording and actively knew there was a recording device recording the conversation.
Interesting. All right. Well, I mean, are you aware of who the Faceless are? Did people fill you in?
Barely. I know
Terrorist
little bits and
organization.
pieces. Yeah.
They have access to heavy grade weaponry, including but not limited to armed helicopters that have attacked members of the PD and the public.
Mm.
I mean, my gut instinct is to say that this sniper rifle was likely supplied by the Faceless, but I don't want to rule out anything.
Understandable.
Okay. And I guess no suspects were arrested on scene, right?
No. So as we got some 911 calls about shootings, so we went to suss out the one. Originally, we got a call at place. As we were getting to ready to roll in, a whole bunch of vehicles headed out. We didn't have the units, so we just went like the units to split off and start pursuing. So we just rolled into the situation. Because this was the tail end of shift 2 when numbers start to drop off.
Yeah. Okay. I don't like this DNA shit, I'll be honest.
Neither. Because I'm assuming, especially with the at least 2 DNA hits we did get for, it was Tally and James Kelly. The Ellie Queenie one was struck. It's written in there because it still shows up in evidence, but it was struck because it was in the wrong location. Someone had messed up that one piece of evidence and put it in the wrong locker.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, have a look.
But yeah, they were ambushed at the Buccaneer Way docks, and then I went back at a later point and I was actually able to gather evidence showing that they were chased from the Buccaneer Way to the place docks because there is casings and vehicle fragments scattered the entire way from point A to point B on those.
Okay. Are you comfortable with me grabbing all this stuff from the private report and put it into an investigative report, which is what the detective has access to?
Go for it.
Yeah, I'll make a.
Like I said, Raditz just said to make it as a private report since it was Fox and I working on it, and neither of us are investigators.
Okay.
And it wasn't just something we wanted to get out and about.
Was there no detectives around?
There was not.
Okay. Well,
Because
I
I'd been
appreciate you
waiting
giving
to
me the
try
heads
and
up.
catch Erin, but she's in hospital at the moment.
She's in hospital.
Yes.
What happened?
Uh, I'm not 100% sure. I just know she's admitted at the moment.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the heads up, Remy. Keep an eye out for stuff like this, and I appreciate you filling me in. Get me that number for that guy as well, that Blake Cole guy, if you can.
Easy. Get I will get it from one of the two when I see them. I know Peters might be waking up early because he's been trying to catch you or Barrett.
Okay.
So, because yeah, he woke up considerably early yesterday and then was like, "Oh, it's just me." I'm like, "Yeah, it's just you,
Yeah.
buddy."
Sundays, yeah.
But yeah,
Okay. I appreciate it, Remy. Thank you very much.
all good.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, Dark.
How are you?
Uh, uh, we, I just got off the phone with Remy, so you've
My
already been brought up
husband
to speed.
wouldn't love me if I was warm,
What the fuck?
right? Isn't that fucked up?
If I had his number, I would call and accost him right now. That is
It's okay.
insane.
You don't need to. Anyway, what were you
Uh,
saying? Let me sit down.
yeah. So Remy told me that she kind of brought you up to speed
Mm-hmm.
on an incident at the docks the other
Yeah.
day. So I was brought down to interrogation. I responded to that 911 call, but it was two different scenes. Um, just collecting evidence and whatnot. But most of the victims were on the other scene. Got down to interrogation because there was a guy wanting to speak to a marshal, and he said that he worked for Jetsom, and he had he and his team helped move shipments, and over the past several months his shipments have been intercepted uh, by people, and he thinks that the Faceless are involved, and um, they worked out a deal where him and his buddies were not charged with anything. I mean, that all they had was like criminal use because they're GSR positive, but he seemed to know information about the Faceless, and wants PD and the marshals to potentially help him move shipments, protect the shipments, the movement of the shipments, um, potentially for exchange for information. Um,
What are they shipping?
Most likely weapons. The influx in class twos that have happened over the past several months is probably directly correlated with uh, this group that's working for JetSam.
You
And
said Jet Sam? What's that?
they're the shipping company down by the docks. So
Okay.
they work all over. They of course they deal with shipments coming to Los Santos, but he said him and his team they work uh, carrying cargo all over the United States. So And also, it was discovered on that scene specifically by doing some deep dive in VR investigating that there was a heavy sniper used and that it was not a Marshal issued
How do you know?
sniper, because I was the only Marshal on duty.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But
Yeah.
we don't know that it's not one that we've had in the past, though, do we? I'm hoping not, right? But that's
Well,
what's going through my mind.
there's also been a few other reports. One from a couple of months ago, where I believe it was Michael Manx or Betsy's involved. They did some sort of Squid Game event, and
Yeah, I was there.
officers, yeah, and he had a sniper. He was seen taking pictures of a sniper, and then there's also another report prior to that that Tyler Peters was allegedly shot by a sniper as well. So
Oh, shit.
it is more likely than not that criminals now have access to heavy snipers. But the more importantly, in regards to the Faceless and this guy that wanted to speak to the Marshals, he kept saying over and over, if we want to take down someone like the Faceless, we're going to have to break the rules or not play by the book. And I was talking with a few people from TRT, and of course, this is an open incident, right? And that Remi Ironside was working in as well. When we discovered that there was a sniper rifle involved, and if it continues to become a problem, how does TRT combat something like that?
With great
So
care and difficulty.
yeah, so I don't know. The guy that I interrogated gave me his number,
Mm-hmm.
and he wants us to talk to him again in regards to
Hey, Snow.
protecting some of his shipments and transport down to the docks. I'm
I mean,
assuming that they start down at Polito and then they make their way down, but
we can talk about it, but I'm not signing off on protecting anything that I know what we're protecting. Like, is there guns in here? Is there drugs? Is there people? Like, we don't know that these guys are kosher, you know what I mean?
well, he did.
I want to know who they work for, what company, and what they're supplying before we do anything. Did they give you any like ID that shows that they were doing what they were doing?
Uh, not to what I was made aware of. I was just brought in because he wanted to speak to a Marshal directly.
Right.
There were other officers in the room. There's Captain Radich as well that can speak to it more. But I'm working on, and Remi's worked out. She's kind of created a private report around it too.
I've made it an investigative report. So
Yeah, I saw that. So, um,
talking of that,
I think it's something worth looking into because
100%.
at this point, trying to write out a bunch of search and seizure warrants and raid properties, well, I don't think that's going to be enough to get class 2s off the street. And if this guy has knowledge or is potentially the source of all this, if we can attack it at the source, it's going to be better. And if it can also help us try to take down the Faceless.
Yeah, I
or
think it's an avenue
get
we
any,
should explore.
yeah. But
I
you know,
know.
again, I'm just kind of perplexed. He continues saying, you know, if you're wanting to take down someone like the Faceless, that we're going to have to not play by the rules.
Yeah, of course people are going
And
to say shit like that when they've been attacked. God knows how many times in the past 12 months. But
but
I think it's
yeah,
interesting. This is the first time that we've heard about it. So it's clear that if it's happened several times before, they haven't reported it, which makes me think maybe things aren't, by the book.
yeah. So I think he's just tired of getting his shipments intercepted and him not getting paid.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Um,
put the guy's number in the report, and we can try and contact him to have a discussion.
okay. And also, I'm swimming in it. I am swimming in it. I've been, I think I've been like the only shift 2 marshal around, and stuff has just been going crazy, especially at the prison. Like,
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
I'm working on getting a lot of stuff handed off. Like, there's like Dex Martin is a whole situation with itself. Gary Kevin, the warden, uh, looking to get him ACR'd. Um,
Dex Martin.
yeah,
Who's that?
Dex Martin. Okay, so he was a citizen of Los Santos, but apparently I don't know if he
The only Dex I
moved
know was
away.
GSF.
I believe that's the same guy.
That's the same
He
guy. Okay.
he does walk around the prison uh with a green bandana in his back pocket and around his
I
arm.
see.
So anyways, I don't know if he moved away for a little bit, but we received a prison transfer request from Liberty City in regards to um in regards to apparently there was something involving him in drug trafficking, and he got sent up for 69 years. So, and since he's come to the prison, it's been a nearly daily occurrence. He was involved in the murder of a lifer named Connor Lancaster. Uh, in that same incident, he also slit the throat of another lifer named Warren Peace, who was in ICU for a bit. Um, he continually disrupts. Um, I mean, he assaults lifers and DOC guards. Has, you know, incapacitated a few guards and stolen equipment from them and attempted to shoot people with it. And so I'm trying to work on getting a an entire master doc written up. That way I can hand it off and say, here, please charge him with first degree murder, serial assaults and killings, and attempted first degree murder.
Hand it off to who?
And I don't know. I don't know. I want to talk to Turner and Aspen to see if there's anybody in their detective units or investigative units that would take this on. Because technically, he's not a lifer. And he's not a lifer. He has a sentence of 69 years. His sentence has an end. And
Yeah, but how else? The guy's like 30. That's still a life sentence.
I mean, but he's still technically considered a temporary prisoner by the DOC.
That's stupid. What the hell?
Yeah. I don't know. Either way, I think he poses a serious threat to everyone around him. And I would like to see the death penalty pushed. because he's just it's not safe for him to be inside the prison without him murdering or seriously injuring other lifers or other DOC guards. I mean, it's a daily occurrence now that like prison gets on lockdown because of him or some other incident that eventually gets him involved.
Okay. I mean, I'd I'd probably be against handing it off. I'll be honest, because technically the prison and just in a roundabout way our jurisdiction, state property, right?
Okay.
I think if someone's gonna handle it, it should be us. I don't really, you know, especially because it's something happening inside the prison that's on DLC. But then obviously, if it comes to investigative and crime type stuff, then it should be left up to us. So if you're looking to hand off because you need assistance, then maybe try and work with Flores on it because I know he's around a little bit. He crosses over with you, and maybe to have a chat with Craig because he's around earlier. That the three of you might be able to trio it. Because that's all like shift 2 people that overlap. But yeah, if you need to like divert any other cases to other people, then obviously don't worry about doing that. But if we've got a murder in the prison, then I think regardless of where a murder happens, it needs to be handled then by the right people. I think with the right people.
Okay. I was hoping to try to hand it off to Luca, but I haven't seen him around the past few days. So.
Oh, that'd be a good idea. Yeah, if you see Luca, then do that.
Yeah.
Wait, I'd like your assistance with something. At least a second pair of eyes. Go to report 19400.
Okay.
So, the Oracle are a group of individuals that was reported to us by Dr. Kiga prior to his demise that would be capable of taking down the Faceless. So, this is all we have on them, and we need to find them. So, yeah.
Yeah. I remember seeing this briefly because when I first got hired, I spent a couple days just kind of deep diving reports. Yeah, it's interesting. And I've not seen any. I haven't seen any reports or any.
No, there
Because
hasn't been.
I keep an eye on Twitter, keep an eye on Limitless. I do.
Huh?
I do the just the general keeping an eye on everything, and I have not seen anything pop up on Twitter regarding the Oracle.
Have a look at that.
Hello?
Who the fuck are you, man? Who are you? Tell me who you are.
Oh, it's not like that, Doc.
Tell me who you are, man.
You saw my name.
Yeah, but I want to know who you are and why you think you have business twitting out saying you love my husband, man.
Oh, he mentioned you earlier, actually.
Yeah, he probably did because I'm his husband.
Yeah, he said he wouldn't love you if you were a worm, and he's valid for that.
Sorry, I don't remember asking your opinion, James.
But I just wanted to reiterate the fact that he said that.
I'd get more love as a worm than you have in your entire existence.
Probably, but people just step on worms too, so you probably wouldn't have like a long lifespan.
You probably have experience with that, huh?
I've never had steppies before, no, but I'm open to it.
Listen, I want you to delete that twat. I want you to delete it.
All right, I'll delete it. Sure.
Delete it. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
All right, later.
Did I save the Oracle's number? I feel like I text them too. No? Maybe not. Fuck it. Best. Should I leave him a voicemail saying, would you love me if I was a worm? I messaged him 25 days ago.
Yeah, I can. Are you wanting to try? Me to
Trying
try
to
to
decipher
decipher
that.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I did get so that translation of that recording. I put some translation notes in there, but the MDT's been very scuffy
Where did you
lately,
put those?
and it didn't save. It didn't save, and then you've
Oh.
revamped the report. So,
Wait, what report? The Chicken Man one?
yeah.
I didn't touch it. I haven't touched it since. Yeah.
No, I'd put in there. I had put in there a statement on
Oh,
what
okay.
happened the day that we went up there, and it's gone along with the just message translation stuff. But I didn't really find anything on the Italian because I guess nobody in the city speaks Italian. But I did try to run that
Espinoge
through.
does, but he couldn't really figure it out. I think he said something, but I need to get my notes and find it. And then I know Opal translated the last bit, but the German,
Yeah.
it was like something about, what was it again?
Something about like your shit driver.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah, yeah, something along the lines of being like drive like shit, something like that. But the Italian part, oh, shit, where did it go?
It's okay. I'll find something.
But basically, from what I remember, it said something about I'm sick, like being sick
really?
and needing help. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I need to figure this out. I think with everything going
Yeah,
on, we need
I'm
to
constantly
find it.
keeping my eye out on things regarding the Faceless and the Oracle, and I'm trying to keep my distance on the plague stuff because I don't because there's so much drama around that with VCSO and LSPD.
Fuck him.
Yeah, but I know Oshiro was working a lot on that, and a lot of the stuff was happening around Shift 2. So, but I've been keeping an eye on it. I haven't really stumbled across anything. Now, there have been people that have gotten sick, but I haven't heard of any reports of people
Okay.
coming to me with that. So, if you like, that's something that I can kind of keep my eye on since
Yeah,
I'm.
keep your eye on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Do you need anything from me right now?
No, I'm good. That was it. I needed to just touch bases with you about that information regarding
Okay.
the JetSam guy and information on the Faceless. So,
Yeah.
um,
Put that number in the report, and I'll reach out. I'm gonna go. I found some books with some Russian shit in